The Renew LA Committee meeting for Tuesday, March 10th, 3:45. Councilman Smith, Chairman, joined by Council members Tony Cardenas and Jan Perry. I understand Mr. Parks and LaBonge are planning on attending, but we'll go ahead and get started. Mr. Clerk, want to read the item number 1? Go ahead. And the only one.
You want me to read? Okay. Keith Pritzker, Deputy City Attorney. I've been asked to read this item, which I'm glad to do, which is that the committee will consider motion by Smith and Garcetti instructing the Bureau of Sanitation to report on the feasibility of expediting the release of its request for proposals for future waste disposal options and to identify viable disposal facilities the city may use in an emergency situation. In that context, the committee may, and in this case, it's our legal advice, should adjourn into closed session to discuss the cases entitled Browning Ferris Industries of California versus City of Los Angeles, LA Superior Court number BS 118796, and County of Los Angeles versus City of Los Angeles, Los Angeles Superior Court case number BS 118788, pursuant to Government Code section 54956.9, small a in parens.
Okay. That being read, since the discussion on the main motion really hinges upon the discussion in closed session, we'll now move to a closed session. Ask all those who are not a party of the closed session to. You want to do that now first?
Yeah.
All right. There are no public comment cards. Does anyone wish to speak to the committee first? All right. Then I will ask you all to leave the room, except those who are party to the city attorney's office or staff. Session. Let's again, the matter before us is the motion Smith-Garcetti dealing with alternatives to Sunshine Canyon based on the possibility that BFI would be locking us out from using the Sunshine Canyon landfill based on the lawsuit that is pending. Is that correct, Mr. City Attorney?
Yes. And since this committee last met, our office has received a communication from BFI's lawyer that his client does not intend to shut us out of the landfill, and consequently, it may be premature to issue an RFP to look at other waste disposal options at this time.
Okay. Mrs. Alvadar, staff?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Khalil Garrios, Bureau of Sanitation Division Manager.
Good afternoon, Alex Hello, Bureau of Sanitation Assistant Director.
Based on the motion, I'm going to break the motion in two parts. What the first direction was based on the letter we received from BFI to look at potential contingency planning just in case the notice secure was valid. That particular one, since now we've been informed by the city attorney and the letter from BFI that that's not the case anymore, we are not just doing any contingency planning for that particular case. However, we are required under the contract to notify BFI a year prior to the expiration date of the contract if we are going to exercise the additional term. And that's what put us in June 30th of 2010. So we were looking at releasing an RFP anyhow by August of 2009. So based on the motion, we internally through management and staff, we thought that we'd be able to release the RFP by June of this year.
Okay. Let me ask a couple questions. This discussion we've had is that the BFI gate rate, which is not the rate we pay, but the gate rate is exceedingly high compared to some of the other landfill options in the area. Have we done an analysis to see what kind of preferred rates they're offering at some of the alternatives?
Councilman, yes, we have. The only issue with this is none of the other available capacity within the area would have a long-term contract for us. It's all just open gate, and if you want to come in now, we can just give you this rate, but it's not guaranteed. So we didn't feel that would be a good move for us economically to do that.
Okay, one other question. Based on the fact that historically BFI has threatened us more than one occasion to stop taking our trash, this is not the first time this happened, would it be in our best interest to circulate the RFP and look at a better contract that leaves us more flexibility for two reasons? One, so if they ever try this again, we always have alternatives. And from a city point of view, I think we should always have alternatives. Secondly, there's been a history that's not a good history there of the threats. And third, that the rate in this marketplace is to our advantage to be looking now because all the landfills are down and looking for additional trash capacity right now just because the economy is driven down trash depositing. So would the marketplace maybe give us a reason to do that now rather than later to get a better long-term fee and an alternative fee? Or do you think we should really wait till August?
Councilman, you bring a good point. When we received the letter from BFI, we were concerned because if they shut us out of the landfill. We understand there is the legal issues, but we came up with a contingency plan. Our contingency plan looked at all the landfills in LA County, Orange County, and others. So we looked at the rates and what we need to do from an operational perspective to send our trucks and how much that will increase our fuel consumption, greenhouse gas, as well as operational cost. Luckily, we have a transfer station, which is located in downtown Los Angeles, that gives us a big flexibility about directing half of our trash to other landfills. So when we looked at this one, we felt we could come up with a plan that we'll be able to execute within 30 days if the legal had an issue. Right now, our plan is to go out and see, looking for 5 year in the surrounding landfills. And we feel with this, the way the economy is, and probably as we go out, as mentioned in July or August of this year, we'll be able to get some good rates because the tonnages are down and people are looking for. But we're not really, so we need to wait and see what they come back with. And we'll add our own spreadsheets with the calculation, transportation costs, and some other factors to it. So really, I think we're going to go out in this summer or early this summer, and we'll see. We'll come back, and if it makes sense, we'll definitely be recommending it.
So that's part of the RFP option time?
Absolutely, yes. Will be part of the calculations we'll be doing.
Okay, and then the second portion of that is, how are we doing on the Sunshine Canyon reduction plan that was passed by the council 2 years ago? I think we needed another 500 tons this year, 1,000 tons? The version?
The version, the code
reduction.
knows will be like.
It was reduction, so you get some benefit by the economy there.
We implement. The tonnages went down by themselves. We had the reduction of about 400 to 500 tons just because of the economy. We have implemented the food scrap program in South Los Angeles. It's been successful. We're doing actually a second part of it also in South LA. That program, if successful, again, we can able to do it, to be able to expand it. We have expanded the school. We're about to 500 schools right now. We are looking at food waste using digesters. We are also looking at some of the green material being used with some private companies to produce ethanol, which we'll be coming to council with. So we're looking at diversion of our products from different means. We still, unfortunately, at this stage, we still need to rely on the landfill, as well as we'll probably alternative technology. Once we put that one in place, will give us about 1,000 tons. But we have multiple programs that's going on. We have also the ambassadors who have been going house to house in South LA. We supplemented them with some other staff on light duty to go out, and they'll be able to clean up a lot of the routes. We have a reduction of contamination from 60, 70% down to 20 and 15%. So we're moving in the right direction. I think at this time, we still need a landfill option.
And the LA Unified program, which has been a tremendous success, and I commend you for that. It's just been phenomenal what you've done. That counts toward our AB 939 diversion requirements?
As a city, yes, it does.
City. Now, as I recall, and I don't know if it's still the case, but are they going, I thought LA Unified had a contract with BFI for Sunshine Canyon for the whole district?
Not, I know on the recycling, we handle that one. I know
It's
they.
recycling, but I'm talking about their regular trash pickup. It was kind of their vendor was BFI, I thought. So the question is, are you, obviously you don't know that, you're not counting. I was going to say, are you counting that toward diversion from Sunshine? Their tonnage reduction going to our recycling program?
Right.
But
We
if you
counting
didn't even know the
recycling.
answer is probably no then.
But I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's to your benefit, but
Oh.
you don't know, that's good. So that's okay. Okay. Mr. Cardenas? Ms. Perry?
I'm ready to vote
Okay.
or recommend.
All right, so we're going to then be recommending to the council then and to the Bureau of Sanitation to go out in June, July, begin doing basically an RFQ type of research on this, that we intend to notify BFI of our intent in August then to circulate an RFP for landfill alternatives for the future contract, that we're not going to be extending our contract and looking for a new contract. Excuse me, I'll lose my voice. And then on the legal issues, that's executive session issue.
Councilman, you may want to keep your options open, depending on what the numbers show.
Yeah, of course, of course. But I'm going to push very hard that we don't have a one contract deal this time. That is not in the city's best interest with the history of this company. So that's for future discussion. Does that make you happy? Okay.
That's keeping your options
Got to keep
open.
my attorneys happy.
Keep your options open.
Seeing no objections, that's the order. I thank everybody for your attendance. Is there anyone wishing to speak to the committee on an item not on today's agenda? Seeing none, the committee's adjourned.
That was my daughter calling during the meeting. She's going on a retreat, so I wanted to say goodbye.
All the way out to the... Choke me with a spoon.